Because this video is 54 seconds long, I wonder if I'll be able to react to it without getting copyright striked. So I saw this post on Instagram, and someone in the comments was like, "Look up George Lucas get mad about Mary Jade," or Mary Jade. And I'm thinking over here, I gotta look up this video, and I want to do a reaction to it. I do want to say, I'm not even. I don't know.
As the creator of Mara Jade, what? I am not the creator of Mara Jade, and I want you to get out of this office right now. I'm sorry, Sam. No way. No way. You wrote it on your.
You know, when Kathleen Kennedy suggested the sequels, this is how it should have gone.
No, I don't want you here. Sorry, George. I didn't think it would go like this.
You know, that's exactly what Kathleen Kennedy said too.
Out. Said I got your voucher. Out.
Okay.
There. I'm sorry about that. I'm so sorry. We'll have him burned and. Well, I don't even know who that guy is. So I said they're all.
Have him burned? You don't even know who the guy is? Oh my god, Kathleen Kennedy. You know, this video is just gonna be me defending the originals and prequels and shit.
Along.
Oh, you were sitting alone, that's nice. Okay, so y'all just gonna have, there's gonna be a picture of George Lucas here while I talk about Star Wars and why I feel like Kathleen Kennedy ruined it. And no, not because Rey is a woman, or because there's a black man in it, or because there's a fucking homosexual kiss at the end of The Rise of Skywalker. No, that's not why I don't like the sequels. I don't like the sequels because Rey is an overpowered character from the goddamn beginning. Like, this motherfucker learned psychometry, or used psychometry, out of the fucking blue, when Quinlan Voss over here, a Jedi Master, is like, you know what, I had to do training for that shit, but okay. And, you know, I don't like that they brought Palpatine back. You should have just left that man dead. I do not like that. The only character I like from the sequels is Kylo Ren. And the only reason I like him is because I like any character that's fucking emo. And Kylo Ren emo as fuck over here. Now, here's the thing. Ahsoka Tano is the character that is the ideal Star Wars character. Because she, when she was first introduced in 2008, people hated her. People wanted her to die, okay? It's like Pixel from Ninjago. People want to melt her down and use her as a toaster. You know, just turn her into a toaster and not even use her, fam. She's just gonna sit there. So, but you know what? There were 4 episodes in the Clone Wars that solidified Ahsoka maturing and growing as a character. I'm not gonna go over those 4 episodes because other YouTubers have already done this. So there's nothing I can really say that they haven't said. Yet, here's the thing about it. Ahsoka grew. Rey over here, just learning all these powers and abilities for whatever fucking reason. I mean, she got mad and shot lightning out of her fingertips. And blew up a whole damn transport. And then they have the gall to make her Palpatine's granddaughter. More accurately, it'd be Palpatine's daughter, because it was a clone of Palpatine, which is the same person. So, okay. And then you get to the final scene of the sequels. The final scene. I'm Rey. Rey who? Rey Skywalker! No, I don't approve. You are not a Skywalker. Do not use that title. I can't say shit because technically I'm not my dad's biological son, yet I still have his last name. So I can't really say shit. But I mean, god damn. The Mandalorian is the best Star Wars that has come out in a long time. Apart from the Clone Wars and Rebels. Now, when I was a kid and I first heard about Star Wars Rebels, I thought, okay, bet. Rebels, okay, bet. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I still enjoy it. Like, people hated on it because it wasn't the same style of animation or the same art style as the Clone Wars, which I'm not gonna lie, it took me a minute to get used to, but I was a 13-year-old when it came out, and I was thinking, you know what, I thoroughly enjoy this animated show that's not dark, that is for kids, even though the Clone Wars wasn't for kids. I do enjoy the darker themes of the Clone Wars more than Rebels, because you have a whole scene where a Jedi Master, Pong Krell over here, massacring a bunch of clones because he was a traitor to the Republic. And you actually saw clones losing limbs, clones getting penetrated by a lightsaber, clones, you saw people get cut down. Which I absolutely enjoy in Star Wars. Like, I like seeing lightsabers do what lightsabers are known for doing, and that's removing limbs and shit. It's a more elegant weapon for a more civilized age. Which, and if I can give my opinion, the Star Wars fandom, I'm not gonna say all of them are toxic because they're not. But, if I can be honest, I do kind of thoroughly enjoy the sequels. I do enjoy the bad storytelling and shit because, The Force Awakens, when that first came out, I remember that was my first Star Wars movie I got to see in theaters. And I was so fucking happy that I got to watch that in theaters, fam. Like, me, my dad, and my brother were watching it. My dad was kind of mad that, Finn got the lightsaber when it belonged to Anakin and Luke and shit. And I'm over here thinking, yeah, relatable. It belongs to the Skywalkers, not to this stormtrooper who defected. But okay. But I'm not gonna let that, stop me from enjoying the movie. And I thoroughly did enjoy The Force Awakens, and The Last Jedi, it had its moments that I liked and its moments that I did not like. And The Rise of Skywalker, I went over the moments that I didn't like, but there were some pretty decent moments that I did like. So I'm not just gonna take a whole shit on the sequels. However, I would not be mad if they already retconned the sequels with making Ahsoka live in Rebels, which, oh my god, that theory actually makes sense. I'm not even gonna lie, fam, and I'm so happy that it makes sense too. I do feel like there is a war going on in the Star Wars fandom. And I do just have to say that if you don't like the sequels, don't watch them. If you don't like the originals or the prequels, don't watch them. If you don't like anything Star Wars related, even though you're a Star Wars fan, you don't have to consume it. And that can be said about any fan base. Now, here's the thing. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to y'all and be like, I know every little detail about Star Wars, because let's be honest, I fucking don't. Yet, when I was younger, that was basically all I did as a kid, was watch Star Wars in my free time. And God, I barely had any free time, let's just be honest. Running around the house doing chores and shit, doing homework, doing schoolwork and shit, fuck. It was a good life to live though, I'm not gonna lie. And, I grew up with Star Wars. I remember when the Clone Wars came out. I remember, I watched the movie and I thought, oh my god, this shit's lit as fuck, and I can't wait for the series. I grew up with the Clone Wars. I was absolutely anal when they when they canceled it, but then they brought it back, which I was so grateful for. Like, thank you. You know, it was amazing to watch. It was a great show. It was, you know, just, to me, that's the ultimate Star Wars, is because there's many different stories going on in the Clone Wars, yet it revolves around, like, the whole war, like the whole the war. Even if there are some episodes that I do not watch as much as others, I will say that every episode in its own way is good. Every episode contributes something to the history, to the lore, to world building, to character development, to something. Like, there's something to enjoy in every episode of the Clone Wars. Same with Rebels. Same with any movie. Same with any book, any comic, any game, anything. It's, you know, it has its moments, and it has its moments where it fails. My favorite Star Wars character, if I can be honest real quick, would have to be Anakin. Because I relate a lot to Anakin. Growing up, I remember watching him for the first time as a child on Tatooine. Can we just... we're just gonna ignore the fact that Padme was a whole 14-year-old while Anakin was 9. We're just gonna ignore that? Okay. You know... just ignore... hang on. Anyway. What was I saying? I was saying some shit that I forgot what I was saying. Oh. I relate to Anakin because he didn't want to lose his wife, yet his actions are what caused him to lose his wife. Right? And you know, he was afraid, and I was afraid. Like, I didn't want to lose people, but I did, and I'm not going to deny that I fell to the dark side. Look, there is a religion called Jediism, which I'm not going to, you know what, I kind of do agree with, because, like, if I can be honest, when I was a kid, I never grew up around God or around church or anything. I grew up around Star Wars, so I kind of, you know, agree, like, the Jedi are hypocrites, if I can just be honest. The Jedi are fucking hypocrites, and I don't fucking... Okay, but I do agree with the Force. Don't get me wrong. I do think that there is some power after we die. I don't know what it is, but it makes sense. Like, the Force and everything about it just makes absolute sense. To me, it does. Because the Force is created by living things, and when you die, you become a part of it. And I feel like, you know, that's... yeah. Anyway. See, when I lost my dad, that's when I fell to the dark side. Like, I poured a whole Anakin over here, and I did some terrible shit. And, you know, Megan was my Luke. Not that we are related in any way, but Megan was my Luke Skywalker. She showed me that I didn't have to be that. She showed me that there was still good in me, and that I can be better than what I was. And because of Megan, I have become a dark Jedi. Like, not a dark Jedi, but a gray Jedi. I don't necessarily align with the Order, and I don't necessarily align with the Sith. I do my own thing. I follow the will of the Force like Qui-Gon Jinn did, and Ahsoka, and Kanan, and Ezra, and Cal Kestis. Dun 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 dun. But you know, I don't even know why I'm going on this Star Wars rant. I really don't. I just know that I'm going on a Star Wars rant. Oh, because of this video, that's why. Because of this right here. You know, don't get me wrong. I am someone who thoroughly enjoys Star Wars. I am someone who thoroughly takes the lessons that it taught me as a kid, and I use them in everyday life. Be a good person, be a good citizen, be good. And don't stop learning. That's the whole point, is not to stop learning. The Jedi got complacent in everything that they did, and that's why they fail. Was because they thought everything was gonna be peachy and shit, but surprise, surprise, there's a whole damn war going on. And the Jedi were too focused on that instead of helping people who were slaves, instead of helping people who were addicted to spice, who were addicted to death sticks, who, were homeless. Some people don't like the Martez sisters and the arc that the Martez sisters that Ahsoka had with them. And I'm not going to deny that them as characters, I kind of wish were written a little better than what they were. But I do have to point out that without that arc, it wouldn't have, for me, it wouldn't have solidified Ahsoka as a character. And what I mean is in the entire season, no, in the entire series of the Clone Wars, up until she left the Order, we were following her, well, not just her, we were following other Jedi and other characters too. It wasn't just, Ahsoka, although she's kind of the main character from the Clone Wars along with Captain Rex. Ahsoka, what'd she do? Oh. When she learned a lesson with the Martez sisters after she left the Order, that the Jedi aren't what they seem to be. The people of the Republic have lost faith in the Jedi because they ignore them. That's what it comes down to, is the Jedi ignores the problems that goes on in the galaxy. Kind of like the government in the U.S., but whatever. And, actually, no, not even the government. It's kind of like the church. And before I say anything offensive, I do just want to put a disclaimer in this right here that I'm not trying to call out anybody. I'm not trying to say that the church is bad and everything. What I am trying to say is that the whole point of Christianity is to love and shit, yet if you have a gay kid, you're telling them they're going to hell and you disown them. The whole point of being a Christian is to not cause pain, yet you do cause pain. The Jedi, their point was, we need to focus on this war. We're peacekeepers, we're not warriors. Yet all they've been are warriors since the Clone Wars even began. And that's the hypocrisy of it, is they were what they said that they weren't. And, Luke Skywalker saw it, Ahsoka saw it, Qui-Gon Jinn saw it, Kanan, Ezra, Cal Kestis, they all saw it. They all knew. They were like, hey, this is not the way. And, it wasn't the way. They just... they helped Sidious. In the end, the Jedi were the biggest tools for Sidious's plan because they fought the war that he orchestrated from the beginning. And, it's crazy to think about. See, that's why I like Mandalorians more than Jedi, is because they don't deny that they're warriors. They know they're warriors. Hell, if you watch anything with Mandalorians in it, like the Clone Wars, Rebels, fucking the Mandalorian itself, if you watch anything, you'll see what I mean by they're violent people. Honest, well, they're not violent in a bad way, but, weapons are part of their religion. They are a religion, and they, follow Mandalore the Great, which is, in my opinion, now Din Djarin, even though he doesn't want to be the Mandalorian or be the Mandalore. And yet he is, because he's the wielder of the Darksaber, because he won it from Moff Gideon. The Mandalorian is a great series. Every episode there's something to enjoy about it. Season 2 was amazing. I loved I haven't read the Aftermath novels or the Aftermath trilogy, so I didn't know who Cobb Vanth was. Well, that's a whole lie. I watched the videos on Cobb Vanth and the Aftermath trilogy, but I've never read them myself. So I had a good understanding of who Cobb Vanth was. So seeing him in The Mandalorian was interesting, to say the least. I enjoyed that. To my knowledge, he is the first book character to be written into Star Wars, like in live action or just any other media of Star Wars. I gasped when Bo-Katan came. I was thoroughly excited as fuck to see Bo-Katan. Although that bitch ain't aged a day since the fucking Clone Wars. Like, I don't understand. Like, why hasn't she aged? Like, explain to me. I mean, she probably has, but she sure as hell don't look it. She got that good skincare routine, my guy. When Bo-Katan name dropped Ahsoka Tano, I fucking cried. Like, I got so excited that I cried tears of joy. Because all around that point, everybody knew Ahsoka was going to be in The Mandalorian. Seeing Ahsoka in The Mandalorian was an absolute delight. Rosario Dawson knows what she's doing with Ahsoka, and I appreciate that. She took care of her, and that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. Ahsoka is Dave Filoni's baby. As Dave Filoni and George Lucas created Ahsoka for the Clone Wars. Oh, so in that case, Ahsoka has two dads, if you think about it. But anyway, seeing her in live action for the first time was an incredible experience. Her name dropping Grand Admiral Thrawn, which was a huge Easter egg, which I was happy as fuck about, because it's Grand Admiral Thrawn, motherfucker. Seeing Boba Fett return with Fennec Shand, that was an absolute delight to see. When I was younger, I'm not going to say I never liked Boba Fett, but I never understood the hype around him. But then again, that was because I was born after Return of the Jedi came out. I was born between The Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. That's when I was born. And I didn't start watching Star Wars, I want to say, until the age of 5. Because I don't even remember how I started watching Star Wars. I think my dad was watching it one day, and I was like, "Ooh, laser blades. Me likey. Get me have it." So I, watch Star Wars with my dad and shit. And see, that's why I love Star Wars so much. Is because that's what bonded me and my dad over anything else. We could sit down, watch an episode of the movies instead of the Clone Wars, because my dad hated Ahsoka. He did not like her at all, which I can't say I blame him. Like, at the beginning, well, I can't even say I didn't like her from the beginning, because I did like her, but then again, I was a kid, and so was she, and, she was arrogant and naive, and so was I. I'm not going to deny that, and so I related to her. When she matured, I'm not going to deny that it took me longer to mature than her, but then again, hey, at least I did it. It was amazing. Like, just watching anything, like watching episodes 1 through 6 with my dad, we connected through Star Wars. We connected, like, we had the Anakin and Luke that's not even a good relationship, because Anakin was trying to hunt down Luke the whole time as Darth Vader. Damn. I don't know what I'm trying. I don't know what's a good parent. We were like the child and the Mandalorian. That's a good parent relationship in Star Wars. Is that, you know, you know, we were like that, and I feel like my dad would have absolutely loved the Mandalorian. He didn't like the sequels, but then again, he died before The Last Jedi came out, and I can already see him now. If he watched The Last Jedi and the Rise of Skywalker, he would have been on Facebook complaining his ass off, like, why the fuck are these characters this way? What the fuck is this writing? I don't understand. These people don't know what the fuck they're doing. They ruined Star Wars. And I'm not gonna deny that my dad would have said that, because he would have. Because I know him, and he came home and complained to me about Ray and everything, and I'm over here like, it's just a movie, bruh. But I get it, you know, he watched Star Wars when it first came out. He was one of the, you know, he was lucky to watch it when it came out, you know. He grew up with it. You know, he loved it. He went to see the movies when they came out in theaters. He took my mom to see the Phantom Menace when that came out in theaters, when they first got together. You know, he that's how much he loved it. And every time I watch Star Wars, which, let's just be honest, is basically any time I have free time, you know, I think of him, because Star Wars is about family at the end of the day. It's about family, it's about love, it's about loss, you know, and it's about redemption. Until you don't get redeemed, like Cad Bane or Singh or fucking Darth Maul or Darth Tyrannus or Darth Sidious or General Grievous, or Darth Vader was the only person redeemed. Well, no, and Kylo Ren and Asajj Ventress. There were a few people redeemed, okay? And, you know, I'm glad I watched it as a kid with him. I'm glad that I got to just sit down and be like, hey, you know, let's throw on one of the fucking movies. What movie you want to watch? Return of the Jedi. Okay, let me put it in. Hell, my dad had the whole original trilogy box set. Like, I don't know if it, like, I don't think it's still a thing. And by the original trilogy box set, I mean the VCRs. Like the tapes. Like the, I forget what they're called. Fucking goddamn, what is it? Not stereo, VH chest. VH chest. VH, I don't know what the fuck it's called. I forgot what it's called. God damn, it's VH chest. VH chest. I feel like that's what it's called. I could be wrong. But he had those. You know, the tapes where you put in the tape player? Fucking goddamn, I don't fucking know. Anyway, he had those. And he had a bunch of Star Wars comics. And, you know, and I'm talking about the Legends comics. And I read those. They were pretty good. I did like the Heir to the Empire. I did like the Thrawn trilogy from Legends. Anyway, enough of my rant about Star Wars. I'm sorry. I don't know how long this video is, but, you know, it's just, Star Wars is amazing. I love it, and I'm not gonna get tired of it anytime soon. Anyway, peace, guys. Have a good day. Catch y'all in the next one.